yours?
Good. I'll check it and say it's not popping up just yet.
So, shalom. Before we get started with this lesson, we want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Hakwadash. Double honor to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth and that rule well. And peace and salutation to the elect that's out here laboring in all truth and sincerity. To you, we say shalom. All right, it's the brother Amon Ariel, got the brother Isaiah in the building. And pretty much in this lesson, we wanted to go into, is this the perfection of beauty? All right, and this is taking an excerpt out of the scripture of Lamentations, the second chapter, because when you look at our people, all right, our people are in a very, foreign state, because as you see from the still I have on my lesson, a big, trend that we see going amongst our people, especially the women of our people, is that they, are deforming themselves, man. Bleaching their skin, all kinds of cosmetic surgery. You got the BBLs, you got facelifts, lip injections, breast implants, completely destroying themselves. And as we understand, as being, the Israelites, all right, we have our women, which are a physical representation for us of how we look to the Most High. This is why we are in the state to where our women are rebellious against us. Because we, as the men, we are rebellious against our husband, which is Yahushua, all right? Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, all right? So, we just want to get into, the correlations of pretty much how we have become, foreign to the Most High, man, okay? And you got to go ahead.
This from Hosea 4:7, as they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore, I change their glory into shame. And our glory, tells you in what 1 Corinthians, I believe, 14 tells our glory is our woman. So the Lord has changed our glory. The women of our nation, supposed to be, the precious daughters of Zion. Turn them into shame. To where. Really, there's a deep eternal hatred that they have within themselves, and really, that hatred is manifesting. Is being like brothers going into the hatred that we see our women inflicting on themselves by getting these transplants and basically neglecting that the body that the Lord gave them is really the hatred that the Most High has towards us. How foreign we look in the eyes of Yahweh Shema Shai, because everything starts with the men, right? The men are in order, the women aren't going to be in order because we are their covering, right?
We're their head.
That's right.
And they have that saying in the world, kill the head and the body will follow, man. And that's what has happened with the nation of Israel, man. All right, as it says in the Isaiah the first chapter, all right, that the whole head is sick and the heart faint, man, because we have went away from our law, statute, commandments. All right, we have went away from the instruction of our power, and therefore we have become unrecognizable to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man. All right, the add-on for you, I was trying to find a scripture where it says that our wives shall be harlots in the street. You know what it said?
Your wife should be a harlot in the street. I believe that's like curses. I'll let you. Let me read this. It's Isaiah 5. Oh, that's terrible. Isaiah 5:13. Therefore, my people are going into captivity because they have no knowledge. Their honorable men are famished, and the multitude dried up with thirst. So our people, start with the men, right? The honorable men of our nation, they have no knowledge. They have no wisdom, right? They're thirsty. They're dying of thirst, right? And since they don't have any wisdom, right, that reflects in the rest of our nation not having any wisdom either. Right, as the brother's going into, where's their head? Where's the mind? At your mind's in your head. So what we're supposed to be thinking, and make as the woman is the weaker vessel, right? Supposed to be ruling over them.
Exactly. Just how they said we're supposed to be ruling over our women. All right, the Most High. All right, His ways are supposed to be ruling over us. That's what gives us the order that we have, been pretty much subjected under through the covenant that we made with, our forefathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's Amos 7:17.
Okay.
because the correlation the brother made, all right, the Lord has, pretty much, gave us the woman in the means of showing us how we look unto him. All right, so therefore our women show forth that self-hatred they have for us, but then in turn, we as a nation show forth that hatred for ourselves, because the longer we stay disobedient to the Lord, that's showing that self-hatred, man.
Yeah, this is Amos 7. I'm gonna start verse 16. It says, "Now therefore hear thou the word of the Lord. Thou sayest, prophesy not against Israel, and drop not thy word against the house of Isaac. Therefore thus saith the Lord, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy son and thy daughter shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land."
And these are all the byproducts of our disobedience, all right, due to the curses, of breaking the law, statutes, commandments, man. All right. It says, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and that's all we see amongst, the women of our nation, man. All right. All the whoredoms that's being uplifted here in Babylon the Great, all right, how they're being instructed on how to be unruly to their man, all right, how they glorify being a slut, that's a shame unto us, because as you mentioned earlier, the woman is our glory, so if we can't have our glory, what makes you think that the Most High is getting his glory when you have his men out here acting like whores, and harlots to these idols, man? All right. And so therefore, because of that disobedience, this is why we see our people in such a destructive state, man. Because we being the Israelite, we're supposed to be a beautiful people on the earth, man. But what do you see as a representation of Israel? You got niggas and bitches, man. Gangsters, drug dealers, witches, all things that black culture glorifies, man. That's a stain in the Most High's eye, because that's not how we were created to be, man.
I got a quick one. This is James 4:4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of the Most High. And of course, you can relate this as, Jake is literally out here committing, adultery, sleeping with the next man's woman, but also in the spiritual sense, spiritual fornication, like the brother's going into. Our people, what is a friend? A friend is an ally, someone who you're in league with. So our people have made a league with Babylon the Great to follow after their ways and customs, and as you continue to see, our women, our nation become more degenerate, it shows you how the Lord has really taken away the hedge of protecting us from these things, from protecting us from our foolish thoughts and our sinful nature, right? That Yahushua, is not covering these men. That shows you that the Most High, even though he loves the nation of Israel, the scriptures say, he's angry at the wicked every day. He will not at all acquit the wicked of our people. So all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. So he's allowing them to be degenerates and just act foolish. And that's a manifestation of how much he really hates them, because who the Lord loves, he rebukes and chastises, right? And scourges every son whom he will receive.
Yeah. Real quick, this is the book of Mark, chapter 3, verse 27. It says, no man can enter into a strong man's house and spoil his goods, except he will first bind the strong man, and then he will spoil his house. All right? And when you go into this word bind, this is G1209, definition B1. It says, Satan is said to bind a woman bent together by means of a demon as his messenger, taking possession of the woman and preventing her from standing upright. And that's what this devil has done through his system to the nation of Israel. And you can physically see that for us through our women, okay? Because he has took Yahweh Shem Yahushua out the picture. Therefore, our men have no direction. And with the men not having direction, therefore the women have no direction, which the brother mentioned. Therefore, the whole nation is without a hedge. All right, and that's what allowed Esau to come into that to our house, which the house being the nation, and destroy us. He spoiled us, man. All right, which is why we see our people in this degenerate state, man.
Yeah, and furthermore, he pushed a life of sin upon us.
Yes.
right? So we understand that wisdom will not enter into a malicious soul, nor a body subject unto sin. So he basically pushed sin and made it sweet to the eyes, and hear this, Jacob is just committing all manner of evil and wickedness. So our minds have been spoiled by gifts and the gifts of the flesh, the pleasures of this world, to where Jake is, we as a nation are through.
Yeah, because they see the things that the world glorifies and think that that's how they're supposed to be. Like I said, you see all representations of Jake. You turn on the movies. What's the so-called black man, the Latino Native American man showed as? All right, the gangsters, the drug dealers,
the moles,
all wickedness as far as the men deal with the women. You see nothing. It just holds. Like when you watch that movie, They Clone Tyrone. They showed you the template of how they want our people to be in, and they follow suit in that. And then when you go and operate under that God that they give you, you're rewarded here, man. You're glorified here, man. Which is why, like I said, you become unrecognizable to the Most High, because the more you try to please the world, you anger the Lord more. Real quick, could you get Why Tremors Die, Waves to See Love, Bible Shop?
Yeah.
Because that's what you're not realizing. Specifically, talking about the women. Like I said, you got all of our women, trying to make themselves acceptable in the eyes of the so-called white man and woman, man. This is why you're seeing them, dyeing their hair blonde, getting the blonde wigs and weaves. All right, they're cutting their faces all up, man. They're putting all these different, surgeries onto their bodies, man, because they're not happy with the way that the Lord created them, and they see that Esau, he has manufactured this image, this standard of beauty, for them to make themselves feel acceptable with. So this is why they'll go and distort themselves. And then you got the men as well too, because in this society, the man has to dumb himself down to be accepted in the standards of Esau. You gotta shave your beard off. Mm-hmm. You can't have a fro. All right, you gotta take the bass out your voice, man.
Yeah.
He wants you to be frail. All right, he wants you to be weak, man. Because an Israelite man with confidence, that's a threat to Esau, man. An Israelite woman with confidence and modesty, that's looked down upon here, man. Mm-hmm. Because that's not the standard that Esau wants you to be in. Because he wants you to be a degenerate, man.
Yeah, this is Jeremiah 2. I'm gonna start at 32. Mm-hmm. It says, I'm going to start at 31. O generation, see ye the word of the Lord. Have I been a wilderness unto Israel, a land of darkness? Wherefore say my people, we are lords, we will come no more unto thee. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire? Yet my people have forgotten me days without number. Mm-hmm. Why trimmest thou thy ways to seek love? Therefore, thou hast also taught the wicked one thy ways.
Right, and that's the reason why people are trimming their ways, man. Because they have forgotten Yahweh Shemel Shah. Mm-hmm. Instead of you trying to be found acceptable in the sight of the Lord, you want to be found acceptable in the sight of Esau and the other nations, man. All right, and you doing that has pretty much destroyed you, because when you are operating in a right state of mind, this devil doesn't want any part to do with you, because you are created to be adverse to how this devil is. So of course he doesn't want you to operate in your true element, in your true spirit, man. All right. So this is why he manufactured an image for you. All right. He manufactured a culture for you to where he finds acceptable, which is to your destruction, man. Mm-hmm.
I got Jeremiah 2:13. It says, for my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountains of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water.
And what is that? Talking about the modern ways of westernization, man. Democracy. Mm-hmm. All right. This modern day living. And when you go into what modern means, modern literally means to be opposed to the past. So all these new ways of doing things, new ways of thinking, all right, what you will call in the modern age of enlightenment, because you had the first age of enlightenment going, I think that was either pre or prior Renaissance era, to where religion began to take a back seat to science, and people started coming up with these new ways of thinking. We're in a technological age of enlightenment, to where people are now using technology and moving the old ways of doing things out the way, man. So through technology, you've seen how people have become destroyed, because now you go on the internet. That's where people are living their lives at now, man. Through filters, through social media. These different things, which, like I said, it's never pleasing. All right, because it's constant dopamine hits that you're getting when you're trying to be on this phone, man, on the internet, period. And you're never going to be satisfied. This is why you have to come back to your power, man. And when you are living in the means of accepting Yahweh Shem Yahushua, all right, and trying to be made acceptable to Him, your life becomes better. It becomes easier. You're not worried about the stupid nuance of the world and what the pressure they're trying to put on you to make it, man. Because like I said, this whole quote unquote reality, this is not real. This is a simulation that Esau has created to pretty much make it to where you are as far as possible from Yahweh Shem Yahushua as you can be, man.
Verse 14, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled?
Right, and we are spoiled because we have become servants to sin. All right, prisoners of sin, man. All right, through Esau, man. All right, which is why I say our people go through all these means of trying to find themselves when the scriptures give you your identity, man. We are Yasharallah, man. We are the princes and princesses of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. And until you accept that, and the scriptures describe you as, you're like wandering sheep, going from pasture to pasture trying to find rest, man. And you're not going to find it until you come back to these scriptures, man.
Yeah, and that's, if you know this, even 10 years ago, it was a very attractive thing for a woman not to wear makeup.
Right.
For women to wear makeup, 10 years ago would have been like on a more special occasion, a wedding, a party out, with the family or something. But now it's gotten so extreme to where women wear makeup on the daily. Growing up in high school, even middle school, when girls wore makeup, it was very frowned upon.
Yeah.
Now it's very normalized. Now if you see a woman without makeup on, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
She through.
Because through the witchcraft of America, our westernization, that has pretty much, it's made you desensitized to natural beauty, man. All right? Like you said, makeup, when you actually go into where makeup comes from, makeup was actually used by the morticians to pretty up the body for the funerals, man. That's what that shit goes back to. All right? And then you have, like I said, the plastic surgery, the cosmetic surgery. We have been seeing that so rampant to the point to where natural bodies don't even excite people anymore, man. Like, it's you're so normalized of seeing people with BBLs and the chest implants. When you see a naturally, robust woman, it's like this shit don't even phase you anymore, man. Like fat asses and big titties don't even do nothing for Jake no more. I'd rather see a petite woman at this point, to be honest with you, because at least you know that that's real. Like that Kendra Lamar said, man, show me a natural ass with stretch marks, man. I want to see something that the Lord made, man.
Yeah. This is Lamentations 2:15. All that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth?
Right, because that's exactly what the heathen do when they see us, man. They clap their hands because they're like, look, we completely destroyed these people, man. And then when they see niggas, all right, walking around with their pants out, hanging off their ass, when they see these women walking around practically naked, they look at them like, these supposed to be God's people? These monkeys, these whores, these niggas, these can't be the Lord's people. Here it is. You see these men on the highways and byways talking about God's chosen people, but look at these niggas out here, man. These heathen don't respect you. That's why when this message began to go out, you had a lot of backlash at first, because the narrative from what Esau told you versus the narrative that the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua was beginning to put out, it's like that shit it didn't make sense. But now as we're getting closer to the end, it's becoming more normal to see our people begin to turn back into the Lord, because like I said, that's what makes us beautiful. All right, our people turning back to righteousness, man. All right, because when you see, Jake, even though that's not wise, but when you see Jake walking around with the fringes, all right, when you see women walk around with the head wraps and the fringes, that puts a smile on your face, because you see, hey, our people are beginning to return to who we're supposed to be, man. But then, like I said, we know it's a deeper level of understanding that comes with that, because the outward appearance doesn't mean nothing. Mm-hmm. But it's still the process of our people recognizing who they are again, man. All right? That American shit, that's done, man. We're tired of seeing that, man.
There's a heavy, according to the curse, it would be a byword and a proverb, and there's a heavy stigma, still to this day. Mm-hmm. You see, heathen see you in the same neighborhood. They over here looking at you the whole time while they getting inside the car,
locking their doors,
clutching the purse. Yeah, that's a very real thing. Really don't matter where you are. People see you at the grocery store. They over here like, oh man, this house not safe.
Yeah, they bring their kids closer to them, like, yo. And to be honest with you, we don't blame them, because we're the same thing. We're the same way when we see niggas.
I know, right?
Hey, we see niggas, we go the opposite way. When we see a loudmouth fucking Keisha, I hate them, man. I can't stand a fucking black woman, man. That's just out there. You can tell. And like I said, these Jake will show themselves to you without you having a conversation with them.
Yeah. I got, I'm going to finish. I'm going to read verse 16.
Come.
It says, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly this is the day we have looked for. Yep. We have found it. We have seen it.
And they have completely dominated Israel up until this point. And this is why, like I said, they rejoice when they see Jake in this low estate, man. Because all that hard work that it took them to bring us this low, they paid off, man. Let's add to you real quick. Mm-hmm. This is Isaiah, the 64th chapter, the 10th verse. It says, thy holy cities are a wilderness. Zion is a wilderness. Jerusalem a desolation. Our holy and our beautiful house, where our fathers praise thee, is burned up with fire, and all of our pleasant things are laid waste.
Yeah, because, Esau, Edom, according to what Psalms 137, race it, even to the foundation thereof, right? Because we understand the temple of our God, is our connection with the temple represents what? The presence of the Lord down here upon the earth. That's our connection between us and the heavens. Mm-hmm. So when they, had us here in captivity, the temple taken away, and, we're basically, discontinued from our heritage. They thought that they had won. Mm-hmm. But now, great fear is falling upon them. Now, that's why you see them moving and making laws and legislation. And that's why that great persecution is coming, because they're in fear. They're at odds with this truth, right? So they're going to continue to push more witchcraft. They're continue to, demoralize, if that's the word. Demoralize Jake, right? To make them more, dumb down the mind. That's why you see this whole rat beef. The whole world's talking about this rat beef. It's just like, I couldn't even tell you what these niggas was talking about 2 weeks before then. That's how much they're talking about it.
Right.
Just so much a flood of information, and like bro's going into, this is really a simulation that Esau a narrative, because with these phones and this technology, you're being, instead of you, being, we had no phones, you're being the spirit more, meditating with your God. Yep. Right? Conversing with what people, make sure the well-being of everybody. But now you're being bombarded and being influenced by Esau, Edom all the day long, being distracted. Social media is a real, it's a demon that our people are stuck on. As soon as they wake up, they roll out of bed, they go straight on social media. That is their life. That is their purpose. They do not look inwardly and say, how can I change to improve? They look for motivational speeches. They look for, like you said, implants, to change what they deem as, because really it starts with a mental disease.
Right.
Because if they understood that, they were at peace and, with themselves, peace within themselves, they wouldn't want anything like that.
You wouldn't need it. Because like you said, how Esau was able to disconnect us from the temple of our power. All right, he has done that all the way down to our spirit. Because as you mentioned about the temple, real quick, because we are the temple as well. This is 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you?
Mm-hmm.
Because as it said, we have the physical connection with our power inside of our spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and so like you said, when you are tapped in one with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you're able to operate in the spirit more, which is why Esau created, all these distractions to keep you from nourishing up that relationship with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. But when he was able to destroy the second temple, all right, that was the last time we actually had a temple, here, dedicated to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. So the Lord, instead of having us erect another physical one, now he's having us nourish our physical temple, man. All right, which is your bodies, man, your spirit. All right, so our job now is to make it to where we're nourishing that temple, or that temple now. All right, which is you setting your house in order, starting with your spirit, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is second Ezra chapter 14 and 13. It says, "Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption."
Yeah, you have to renounce this corruption, because everything that's pushed forth in this society is to corrupt you, to basically, disconnect you more and more. And it's all really a trap. That's what Jake really has to understand. Everything that's set up is to cause you to doubt Yahweh Shema Shai, doubt your power, doubt the power that the Lord has over your life, and how, he's really in control of all things. That Esau, Edom, he's seen with the power, physically, but by faith, we know that Yahweh Shema Shai, that he is.
Right.
And that he's really the one pulling the puppet strings of Esau, Edom. But what does Scripture say? Because they didn't want to retain the knowledge of the Most High in their hearts, he gave them over to a reprobate minds to do those things which are not convenient.
Right.
And that's with all our people. They've been, the wicked of our people, Israel have not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have attained it, and the rest were blinded. Right? So what we have, we have to continue to cultivate it, right? To continue to nourish the spirit, grow more. That's why the Scriptures command us to become new creatures, because who we were in the world, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, depending on when you came into this thing, it was going completely off. You were as the Jakes that you see now.
Yep. Because at the end of the day, the point you made, man, we see Esau with all this power, all this, influence that he has, and you got a lot of our people that are envious of that, because they want to be that person now. They want that power and influence now. All right, and the Lord told us that we're supposed to have it, and we're gonna have it, but we have to wait for it, man. All right, but you got a lot of our people that are impatient. Therefore, they're seeing how Esau is living. They want that now, man. Real quick, I got two. Mm-hmm. Proverbs 3:31. Envy not thou oppressor. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. And then Proverbs 23:17. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely this is an end, and thine expectations shall not be cut off. So just feeding off of what you said, mm-hmm. All right. We don't envy anything that this devil or any of the wicked, and how they're prospering in this world. We don't envy none of that, man, because we find true solace in our spirit, because we know that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has blessed us with this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding again. So now we have been made whole to where we're able to put off this world, put off this life, and begin to make preparations to win in the next life, man. Because our expectation is that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to destroy Babylon the Great. He's going to take Esau, Edom down, him and the rest of these nations going into slavery, and that we, under Yahushua's rule, will rule in the kingdom to come forever. So everything that our people want and desire right now, we're going to have it, but we just have to wait for it first, man. Mm-hmm. All right? And so we can't let, that expectation pretty much, overshadow the faith that the Lord told us to have. He just said, be patient with him. You know, and was it, and thy patience possession your souls.
That's right. All the celebrities that you see who they're pushing to the forefront, who are getting these implants, who are acting, this thug life, thug culture. You really don't know what they did behind the scenes to, achieve those riches. You really don't understand the how wicked their minds truly are and the things that they're wickedly doing day to day. But the Lord sees it. So that's why for us to envy them is really to spit in the Lord's face.
Exactly.
Because what the Lord is promising us, we should covet after, Yahweh Shai, so to speak, in the glory that he received, to be joint heirs with him. This is getting precept Isaiah 52:1. Awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion. Put on thy beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city. From henceforth there shall no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. Right? So we're putting on our strength. And the power of our salvation is this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. The righteousness of the Lord. So as we, put these things on, in our actions, we're putting it on through our actions. We're standing up for the Lord and holding up the standard, while the rest of the world is just doing all manner of decrepancy.
Yeah.
Degeneration, degeneracy.
Yeah, they getting worse and worse, man. Because like I said, as we're getting closer to Yahweh Shem Shah, these people are getting more and more unrecognizable, man. Because when you look at Jake is the most satanic that we've ever seen, man. We never growing up, you never saw, for me, I was born in '92. I never saw Mose growing up, man. You had one in the neighborhood, man. But he wasn't even out the closet. He was secretly a Mo. But you could tell when you saw him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you didn't see, gothic niggas, man. You didn't see niggas talk about Satan or being atheists, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is the worst that we've ever seen our people, man. And they only are getting darker and worse, man. But it shows you that the Lord is bringing back his while the Lord is consuming all the rest of our people, man.
That's right.
So like you said, the Lord commanded us to put on thy beautiful garments, man, which is the righteousness, man. Just because you have the border of blue on, that doesn't mean that you're righteous, man. So you can walk around with fringes all day, but the true fringes in the border of blue is the ones on your mind, man, because that's the whole significance of what they're for. All right, is to remind you of the covenant that we made with our power going back to when Moses, came down off Mount Sinai. He put the blood on the post, man.
Okay. Did you want to bring anything else out?
You can bring verse 2.
Okay. Verse 2, it says, shake thyself from the dust, arise and sit down, O Jerusalem.
Yeah, shake yourself out of this confusion, the confusion of this world, man.
Mm-hmm.
Put off the ways of Babylon, man. Go ahead.
It says, O Jerusalem, loose thyself from the bands of thy neck, O captive daughter of Babylon,
right.
O Zion.
Yeah, because, hey, we have been held captive here, man. And just like you have Jake that's in the pen, man. Jake will become, he'll become, I forgot the word, where you get used to being in prison. I think industrialized or whatever the word is. Institutionalized, that's what it is. Mm-hmm. You become institutionalized to where now that way of life has become your life, man. All right, and that's what Jake has done here in Babylon, man. But the Lord is telling us to shake off, the dust and loose thyself from the bands of thy neck. We're no longer concerned with the direction of this world. With the fashion statements, the music, the whatever black culture is pushing our people to be like. We're no longer chasing that, man. We're looking to Yahweh Shem Shai, man. I got one more.
Okay.
This is Psalms 50:1. It says, the mighty power, even the Lord has spoken, and called the earth from the rising of the sun unto the going down thereof. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, the Most High has shined. And the Lord is shining through his elect, man. All right, because we are the physical representation of Yahweh Shem Shai. So when you see our people operating in righteousness, we're representing Yahweh Shem Shai in that glorious light. Therefore, which is causing the nations to see Yahweh Shem Shai when they see us, man. Because that's what, when you read in Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter, all right, it tells you that he gave us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, the law, statute, commandments, So that's a side of wisdom in the side of the nations, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so now these nations are going to have to recognize us as being the true children of the Most High, man. All right, one more. Psalm 48:1. It says, "Great is the Lord, for greatly to be praised in the city of our power, in the mountain of His holiness. Beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion." All right, which currently that's not being seen amongst the whole nation, but amongst the elect. That's the perfection of beauty that's being shown, man. All right, Israel operating in the correct way that the Lord created us to be in. It says, "Is Mount Zion on the sides of the north, the city of the great king. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is known in her palaces for a refuge. For lo, the kings were assembled; they were passed by together." So the point being that when we shine in righteousness, man, we give that glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. All right, and that's what we're aiming to be back as, man. So you got to put off the world, man.
That's right. I got the Zion just in the online, just a regular, vocabulary.com. It says Zion. It says holy place.
Mm-hmm.
Zion is a specific historical important location. The name refers to both a hill in the city of Jerusalem, where the temple was, and to the city itself. But it's also used in a general way to say holy place or kingdom of heaven.
Yeah.
You know, the holy city, the city of holiness, you know, where the people, you know, of God will live, and you just knew they were, you know, shining. Everything about them was upright and righteous. You know, it's better quoted in that Deuteronomy, the 4th chapter. Mm-hmm. You know, dang, this people got God so nigh onto them. Look how they are.
Yeah. Because when you go into Zion, according to Lashon Kodash,
Mm-hmm.
that word is Zion, which means a monument.
Yeah.
And when you look up the word monument in the etymology online, it says something that reminds, a derivative of monere, to remind, to bring to one's recollection, to tell.
Yeah, so we're supposed to remind the nations that Yahweh Shema Shai is alive and well.
Exactly.
Through our actions.
Exactly.
Through us keeping the law, statutes, commandments of the Holy Scriptures. We would remind the Lord, you know, we remind the nation that the Lord is real.
That's right.
You know, look how much power they have. Look how, you know, look at the influence. Because now Esau, Edom is looked at as God.
Right.
You know, as God's chosen people.
And the spirit, you said that because now you having these devils pop shit talking about God is dead. They're saying that because look at the state of Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're not looking at the elect as a threat, so they're able to pop that shit talking about God. You know, God's been dead. It's just they're having a hard time hiding the body. But look, the Most High is not dead because look at His elect being raised up, man. This is the last part of this. It says, any enduring evidence or example of is from the 1520 sense of structure or edifies to commemorate a notable person, action, period, or event. It's
a notable person. You know, there was a quote I heard, you know, from watching the show. It said people die when a man dies when people forget about him. Mm. You know, and the Lord, you know, has made sure that we have not forgotten. His mighty works have not been forgotten in the earth. You know, so the Lord is alive and well. You know, those mighty works the Lord has performed in the past, and we know, we believe it. The mighty work that we're talking about is the Great Awakening. Mm-hmm. The fact that the Lord was able to raise us up from this dead state that we see the rest of our people in. All right, while you see 2/3 of our people completely through, the Lord had mercy enough to wake us up. That's a miracle in itself, man. Mm-hmm. You know, so hey, you brothers and you sisters that's believing, keep fighting, keep your faith strong, man, and just continue to glorify Yahweh Bashem Yahushai in your actions, man. All right, anything else? No. All right, so with that, we're going to close it out. We want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem HaKadosh. Double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone that taught us the truth and that rule well. And peace and citation to the elect. Shalom. Shalom. All right, we're dope.